Hey there, thanks so much for watching today's Drawing for Kids video brought to you by the Ann Arbor District Library and the Ann Arbor Art Center. Today we are going to be drawing our very own Starry Night drawing. So if you aren't familiar with the Starry Night, it is a famous painting painted by Vincent van Gogh. He painted this in 1889. So here you can see the swirling blues and light colored stars in the sky with swirling colors of yellows and oranges and whites. And this is a very bold painting for this time period. He was painting in the post-impressionist style, which was very unique in this era of history. So today we are going to be drawing our very own version using markers. If you don't have markers, you can use colored pencils or crayons or pastels, whatever you have on hand. Before we jump into our art project though, I wanted to share with you two books that might be of interest to you. One is called Katie and the Starry Night, and the other one is called Vincent's Colors. And those are both really fantastic books to get a closer look into Vincent van Gogh and the Starry Night. So here's an example of what I am going to walk you through making today. Notice the swirling colors, and so that's what we really want to accent. So first I'm going to start by drawing in the moon and the stars. So you can see I'm using a chunky marker, and I've drawn out the moon and the stars with orange, just like in the painting. And now I'm going through with a yellow marker, and I am going right around those shapes. So that moon shape and then the little dot of the stars. And I'm just going in that radial, which kind of means circular, pattern of going around, surrounding that shape. And I'm letting my yellow marker overlap in places, letting them touch, because if you've had that happen before, sometimes that can be kind of annoying. But in this case, we're going to let that streakiness really serve our painting so that, or our drawing, so that it actually has a lot more movement and rhythm and interest by having different shades of those same colors. So then I'm just going to keep going, and I'm looking at the Starry Night painting as a reference image so that I can look at the general shapes of the different parts of the painting. I don't have to have it perfect, and you don't either. So look at it and see, okay, I see this shape here, I see this color here, and it takes up about this much space. So, and go from there. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're using markers, we're not using thick layers of oil paint, and we're doing this much faster than Vincent van Gogh would have created his masterpiece. So don't worry about it being perfect. So you can see how I've gotten in these like mountains or hills or whatever they are, and some little trees or bushes, and then I've drawn in also the little houses. So you can see in the original that there's some little houses, and it's at night, of course, so the windows are glowing yellow from the lights being on inside of the house. That's always been my favorite part of the Starry Night painting. So once you can get more detail, you can draw more details there with the houses. You can make it look like Ann Arbor or your own neighborhood if you wanted to, wherever you live, and add as much detail down there as you want. And then you can just keep going with those little marks, those little dashes, to create a sense of rhythm and movement throughout your piece. And you can see how when I touch my light blue here on my yellow marks, it actually makes kind of a green. So even though I'm not using green in the sky directly, when those two colors mix, you may already know that blue and yellow make green. So you can add some swirls and spirals and all sorts of cool designs in your artwork today. So I hope that you have enjoyed today's video and you have learned a little bit about Vincent van Gogh and the Starry Night. Again, it was painted in 1889, and He was a post-impressionist painter, and you can see a lot of these blues and yellows and yellow oranges, so a lot of kind of a close complementary color scheme here. So it's really nice to see famous artwork and be able to create your own version. So again, be really creative with how you choose to incorporate the houses at the bottom especially. And of course, just remember to use a lot of small little marks, just like Van Gogh would have used a bunch of small little brush strokes.